Hey Bulldogs, welcome to our very first episode of our brand new talk show, The Bark. I'm your host Tyler Gomez, and our guest here is Mr. Garcia, but more on him in a minute. The Bark is a new interview show where we dig deep into the lives of our Bulldogs and community members. On BNN, we have a limited amount of time, but here on The Bark, we have more time to get a more intricate look on the lives of our Bulldogs and community members. Our guest today is a psychology teacher, someone you may see outside the halls during tardy sweeps or in the quad, a former basketball coach here at West Covina High School, and some would say one of the most beloved teachers on our beautiful campus. Mr. Garcia, welcome to our show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, well, let's get started with the school year's coming to a close. So I wanted to ask you, how do you think it went how do you think this past school year went?
I think it went well, actually. It was different having, only one prep, teaching AP psychology for 5 periods. And so I'm just dealing with a different clientele of kids, kids that, I would normally I have all day. And so it was a little harder for some parts, some aspects, just having to be on your game the whole time and teaching, and just, going through it. And then, some parts were a little easier because I only had to prep for one class. And so, but I definitely had really good students this year, probably the best students I've had since I've been here at West Covina.
That's great. Well, I mean, you guys had your AP psychology test. Were you excited for that? Nervous?
Yes, all the emotions. Excited, nervous. Like you're just hoping. As a teacher, you prepared them as best of their abilities. You're hoping. Positivity and just getting them to believe in themselves. Because you see them do the work throughout the year, and so you just really want them to do well. And just try to calm them down and keep them relaxed, and hopefully they just did the best they could on their test.
I could have this said by myself. Well, AP testing usually means the school year's coming to an end. Any plans for the summer?
Yeah. Normally the summer, I never do summer school. I try to give myself a break for that. So I normally, we go on a family vacation typically. We try to go to a different state almost every year. And then me and my wife, our anniversary is in the summer. So just us two will go somewhere normally. And then I coach basketball in the summer as well. So busy in the summer, but I get to spend a lot more time with my kids, which is nice.
That's great. That's great. Well, Mr. Garcia, I actually have some this or that questions that I'm planning to ask you.
Okay.
We're going to ask all our guests, but since you're our first guest, you have the lucky honor of being the first person to ever hear them.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
So the first one is going to be pineapple on pizza or bacon on cheeseburgers.
I do bacon on cheeseburgers for sure.
Really? Not a pineapple kind of guy?
Pineapple's okay. Just like, I really like burgers and bacon on burger. I mean, bacon on almost anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Bacon's really good. All right, next up, Marvel or DC?
I'd go Marvel.
Marvel?
Yeah, I'm not much of a DC fan. I like the whole Marvel series and everything, and so I'd go with that.
I get you. I'm a big Spider-Man fan myself.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, next up, we're going to get live by the beach or live by the mountains.
That's a tough one. I'd probably go mountains. I just don't like the sand.
Really?
And if I live on the beach, there's going to be sand everywhere.
You're not a big sand guy?
I'm not a big sand guy. I don't like the sand. Yeah.
Wow. All right, next up, would you rather watch a movie or a TV show?
A movie.
Okay.
I'd go a movie. I have a lot of movies that I enjoy watching, and and it just when I get into a movie, a really good movie, I really enjoy watching it.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Morning person or night person?
I would say morning. They're more. I don't know. I guess it varies on the day. But that one's tough because sometimes it just depends on the day. During the week for school week for sure, it's definitely morning. By night I'm pretty exhausted from teaching.
Yeah.
But when I'm not teaching and stuff like that, maybe I'm more active at night for sure.
I mean, I gotta disagree with you. I can't wake up earlier than like 7 o'clock.
I'm sure you're like most students.
Yeah.
Most students are definitely night people.
No, well, Dodgers or Angels?
Oh, Dodgers. Not even
Yeah.
close.
You gotta support the big boys in blue.
Defending champs, 2-time champs.
Yeah.
All we do is win.
Yeah.
Those poor Angel fans.
Yeah.
I mean, at least the seats are cheap at Angel games.
Yeah, that is true.
Except when they play the Dodgers.
I mean, someone got to root for them. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So lastly, Lakers or Clippers?
Oh, Lakers for sure.
Lakers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, on the topic of basketball, like you said earlier, you coach basketball, and you're also a former coach here.
Yes.
Like, how do you enjoy coaching? Like, what's your favorite part of it?
I would say it's very similar to teaching. I enjoy, watching the kids grow throughout the season and being able to teach them new things, watch them apply to those things in games that they're learning in practice, just like in a classroom where you're teaching them throughout the year and they go and they take a test and you're looking for that performance that you hopefully have prepared them for. And so I just enjoy all of that in basketball and the aspects of it, game planning and putting your players in the right positions and all of that. And so I really I really enjoy that, and just being able to teach them and watch them excel at what they do.
That's great. Well, do you coach any other sports besides basketball?
Well, I mean, I coach my kids' sports. Right now, I'm coaching my son's sports. They're both in baseball right now. Yeah, I somehow got roped into doing soccer last year, but I never played soccer. But they needed a coach, so I decided to do it. But yeah, mostly, and then I coach my kids sometimes in basketball as well. But yeah,
so like a jack of all trades kind of guy.
Yeah, for the most part.
All right. Well, do you use any of the lessons that you learn during coaching, to incorporate in your teaching? Because you did say earlier, it's kind of like one and the same. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and then I'll bring anything from that, from the classroom into coaching, or vice versa. I'll bring in what I have coaching into teaching, and so. I've watched, in my son's baseball team, they've grown a lot. And so throughout the year, we didn't have the best year, but then once we got into playoffs, we started winning and doing a lot better. And I told my students the same thing, you might not have had the best year this year in tests and stuff like that, but your big thing is this AP test, and hopefully it's prepared you and you're at your best at the end. So yeah.
That's really well said, honestly. That's great. Well, we're going to do a kind of like a left turn real quick.
Okay.
I have a little game for you
All right.
that we're going to do. So I got some quotes from your students.
Okay.
And your job is, we're going to put them up on the monitor real quick. And your job is to connect the quote to the student. All right. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right, guys, ready for the graphic up there. All right. So first off, we have, I got a 4 on the AP test. And next we have, the Google slide is the real teacher. And then finally we have, I live by this quote by Mr. Garcia.
Okay.
Everyone dies, but not everyone lives.
That one I would say is Brandon.
Okay.
I would say I got a 4 on the AP test was Gianna.
Okay.
And I think Tony had the slides as the teacher.
That's 3 for 3. You're really great job. That's actually
That's
really
my job
good.
to know my students.
You know your students. All right. Well, I actually got one more game for you.
Okay.
It's kind of a psychology game. So we're going to put an image on the monitor again.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me what's the first thing that comes to mind. It's basically going to be to figure out what kind of person you are. All right. So
All right.
throw it up, guys.
Okay. Oh, my love.
So I've heard some through the grapevine, some rumors that there's kind of a bromance going on between you and Mr. Gordon. You want to elaborate a little bit
Yeah,
on
absolutely. From day one, we connected, and from that point on, we've just kind of found a way to just connect, and we're always so excited to see each other. When I see him, I know it brightens my day. When he sees me, it brightens his day. And if ever one of us is absent, it feels like a part of us is missing. Mm-hmm. It's just the day's not the same, And so yeah, I mean, I love that guy.
Is a very tight knit friendship, I'm assuming.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
You guys met here teaching, or
we did? Yes, yeah. We just met teaching. I think I got hired a year before he did.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I mean, our career is almost about the same spot that we started, and so yeah, just from the beginning to now, been going.
That's great. I mean, it's like the bromance. You can never beat the bromance.
No, 100%. I mean, students have seen us. If there's a fire drill we have to evacuate, we'll run to each other, make sure they're safe. Give each other a hug, a big embrace. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. So I was actually made aware that you started your career as a social studies teacher, but more recently you made the switch to purely just psychology. What inspired that switch? What got you interested in that?
It's mostly just department needs, I would say.
Okay.
I still teach, social science here and there. It's a matter of how many kids want AP psychology. Mm-hmm. My first year I taught AP psychology here. It was only 2 classes. Yeah. And then from this year it went to 5 classes.
Wow, that's a big jump.
Yeah, it's a big jump. So a lot more kids found interest in it, and so next year, I'm not sure how much the plan is, it'll be, either 3, 4, 5 classes, but a lot of AP psychology. So if there's a lot of kids that want to take it, then that's what I teach. And then if there's not as many, then I'll teach U.S. history or government or economics or different things like that.
All right, well that's great. So you're for the students. You're for the students kind of.
100%.
Well, we actually have some questions that the students have been wanting to get answered. So
I can imagine one of them is.
Okay, so what's up with the dad jokes? I heard you kind of stole that from Loringer, so I wanted to know what's going on with the dad jokes now.
I stole nothing from Mr. Loringer. So let's point that out. No, I have a calendar, And so every day, and there's just jokes on them. And so I read the students the jokes, and I would say about 90% of the time they definitely don't laugh. and so I try to make them more funny or do something else. But yeah, it keeps it interesting, and and like we'll see if they laugh, and like that's not funny. They're pretty honest. First period is the most brutal because they don't make a sound.
Yeah. They're all still waking up.
Yeah, they're all still waking up. Yeah, they're not ready for jokes.
Well, do you have any dad joke on the spot right now? You want to tell everybody?
Let me see. Yes, I do have one actually.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, what's a pirate's favorite letter?
What?
Do you have a guess?
A. I don't know.
You got nothing?
I got nothing.
Nothing that a pirate would say?
R.
No, it'd be the C.
All right, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'll give you credits. I'll laugh since you're a student.
There you go. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
sometimes I get some pity laughs. I'll take it.
All right, next up. So like I said in the intro, we always see you during tardy sweeps. So what's up with the tardy sweeps? Yelling at the door with a megaphone.
I think we have these tardy sweeps, and students always grow another tardy sweep. And they get upset about it. So I just try to make it more fun. And so I'll go out there and, tardy sweep, I'll try to make jokes while they're out there. Just trying to get them, to be on time to class. And I'll be honest, when I'm out there, like either whether I'm sweeping or whether I'm on the megaphone, I will notice that the hallways get cleared a lot sooner, a lot quicker. So students are getting to class on time. So I just try to make it more fun for students, to get on class on time. And I've seen some students just look at me and they're like, oh, I started running to class. I've seen, couples, they'll be there like, okay, I gotta go by, and they separate a lot sooner than they would. So they're getting to class on time on those days. So I just trying to do my part.
So you're contributing to the attendance going up and
just trying to do my part.
Trying to do your part, yeah.
Yeah.
Not all heroes wear capes, so
I feel like I say that quite often.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at West Covina Digital Media, or subscribe to our YouTube channel, WCHS Digital Media. Thank you, Mr. Garcia, for coming. It was a pleasure for having you.
It was a pleasure. Thanks for having me.